So beautiful souls. I want to wish each and every single one of you the most fulfilling, most joyful, most peaceful moment, as many of us across the world are celebrating. And I would love to invite you to give yourself a gift that doesn't require any money but is in itself priceless. And that is the gift of letting go. You probably have come to the end of this cycle, and many things you may have achieved, and some things you think, wow, still not yet done. And my invitation is to, first of all, focus on the progress and not the perfection or the perfectionism. Focus on what you have achieved. Celebrate those wins. Let go of this need to be perfect. Because behind the need to be perfect is actually shame. And the relationship between shame and perfectionism is that when you feel shame, you require things to be perfect so that you're protected from criticism. Because when shame is predominant inside of you, the thoughts you are having are not that, oh, I did something that wasn't great or that wasn't amazing or, I found 10,000 ways to fail so I could find the right way. You're thinking, I am wrong. And any criticism activates the shame within you. And so you use perfectionism as a mechanism of protection. So I just want you to give yourself grace there. I used to actually say these words to myself. My boss will have nothing to say about this project. So my intention was to make it perfect so I could avoid criticism so I wouldn't feel shame. And you know, and I know that there's so many ways of doing things. And so if anybody is looking at what you've done, there's probably a suggestion, there's probably a criticism that they could have. And it does not take away from your worth and who you are. So my first invitation is to let go of this need to continuously be perfect, to tune into the parts of you that you feel wrong about, that where you feel shame, and to tune into the acknowledgement of those parts and how can you release the shame and embrace the wholeness of who you are. Whew. I can feel energy there because this is a big one for many hyperachievers, many people who are controllers, many people who are perfectionists, many people who are change makers, who are trailblazers, who want to do big things in the world, actually suffer from this. And wouldn't it be so amazing to be able to go out there and create the impact that you want to create in the world without having to use the fuel of shame and perfectionism, but then instead stepping into true desire to create a positive impact? Huge difference. The other thing I really want to underpin and invite you to release is this latent unworthiness. And sometimes it's not so easy to see because sometimes you're confident and you know that you are capable of many things. You're a doer. And behind the scenes, although you know you're very capable of doing and achieving, you're not quite aware of your intricate self-worth. And as a result, you feel you need to earn love. You need to earn approval. And therefore, you put so much weight on your results. Did you achieve your turnover for the month? Right? What did that thing, that project turn out perfectly well? Even in relationships, you feel that you need to work for love. So you need to always show up as Miss Goody Two Shoes, or you need to show up as capable, right? You do not understand that that relationship is possible without you needing to earn it. And if you're constantly working for love, constantly having to be perfect, it could be that, oh, all your guests needs to be happy, your house needs to be crystal clean, Vogue ready, right? You need to always show your husband that you've got this and you don't need his support. If you need to show that you are capable and you're achieving and that you can take things on your shoulders, because that's your way of justifying being loved and appreciated, then it's going to be tiring. So, how about letting go of this need to perform in order to be loved, to be appreciated, to be respected? And it's the same thing when it comes to work, right? Where you feel that in order to raise your prices, you need to bend over backwards and do so much more work, right? These things are things I invite you to release. If you know that you suffer from perfectionism, if you know that you need to control everything because you feel anxious if that's not the case, you're not sure that you're being supported by people, you're being supported by the universe, then these are things that I invite you to acknowledge because they are what they are. They have what they have been up until now. And I invite you to tune into the intention of letting them go. Because you are a trailblazer. You are a change maker. You have big dreams in this world. You know that you can be more, you can do more, and you can have more. And if you know that, but you do not feel worthy of that, what will happen is that even when the opportunities come, even when the results come, when the harvest comes, you will find a way of sabotaging it, or you will find a way of overcompensating so you can justify it. So one is burnout, the other is frustration, the continuous loop of almost but not quite, almost but not quite. Or, yes, it happened, but it cost me so much relationships, health, my well being, whatever it is. And so, this is some real talk. How do you want to enter that new chapter of your life? How do you want to enter that new phase of your life? We're ending one phase. Are you going to continue in exactly the same way? Or are you prepared to give yourself the gift of releasing the old version of you, the old identity? And make no mistake, your identity is not you. Your identity is a version of yourself. And when you understand this deeply, then you realize you can step into different identities to align with the results, the life that you want to create. So that next level life that you desire will require the next level identity, which means that you get to release the current level identity. It's not about it being bad or good. It's simply about, will it take you where you want to go? And so ask yourself, what do I truly want? And by truly want, I want you to think big. I want you to step into expansion. I want you to step into the shoes of a child in a candy store that has no limits, that's not asking how much it's going to cost. What do you truly want? What is it that will make your life a life that you celebrate every day? And when you tune into that, is there any part of you that feels, oof, that's too much for me? I don't deserve that. Or I need to work really hard to justify that. Or even feels guilty. I know people who earn more money but feel guilty about earning more money because the people that they know have never earned that much. These are the things that get to be tweaked. So give yourself that gift of releasing the old. Give yourself the gift of introspection, carving out space to reconnect with who you truly are, not who the world expects you to be. And give yourself the gift of letting go of the unworthiness so that you can receive with ease and abundance all of the gifts, all of the blessings that are already yours. I would love to hear from you what you heard me say, what you are releasing so that you do not carry it over into the next chapter of your life. Just remember this one thing, that next level life you desire is not the level where you take on the unworthiness, the perfectionism, the shame, the blame, and the guilt. You want to step into that level with joy, with confidence, with trust, with conviction, with commitment. You're not attached to how it has to happen because you know that this current level of you doesn't even know what's possible, doesn't even know how to get there. All you hold deep within your heart is a conviction that if you are able to think it and dream it, then it is possible for you. And when you step into worthiness, when you step into knowing that you are worthy, and you don't have to be perfect to be worthy, that you are flawsome, awesome, and of course you're flawed, you're human. And you step into that, you start opening up to receiving gifts, prompts, intuitive hits and downloads and gifts from the universe without having to figure every single little thing out. And so that's my gift to you. I trust you'll be giving yourself the gift of releasing the parts of you, the identities that are not aligned with your next level life. Love and light. Can't wait to hear from you.